Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we have unfortunately missed 2,900, but again, you can't win them all. So let's see what happens here. We're already at 29.95. Well, it's a few more dollars. It's just doing what we thought it would do, right? I mean, continue to make a fairly significant move. The Ethereum Tsunami continues. Seems pretty clear to me. The Ethereum Tsunami continues. So let me just post this in a few different places. Then we'll jump in. Let's see. So all right, well, I mean, right now we're at 2,900, and probably going to be a little bit before we get to 3K, but we're going to come on and just sort of talk about Ethereum, right? What else are we going to do? All right, so let's take a look, because I also want to pull up Ether Bitcoin as well. So here is Ether Bitcoin. I mean, it still looks good to me. We're at 0.0506. Our current local top is at 0.0518. So even for the valuation of Ethereum to get back to the ratio is at, it would need to go up approximately 2.41%. So if the price of Ethereum were to go up 2.41%, supposing an invariant Bitcoin going to the same valuation, then that would put us at about 29.90. About 29.90. That'd be for an invariant Bitcoin, which of course Bitcoin's probably not. I mean, it doesn't stay constant. We know it. We know it moves quite a bit. So that's ultimately what we're looking at. And I think what's the most interesting to me is we're coming at this from a perspective of not even being that far extended from our bull market support band, relatively speaking. I mean, yeah, we're extended from it. There's no doubt about that. But if we wanted to go put on our log of the price over the 20-week SMA, I mean, we got nothing but room here. And to give you an idea of how crazy it was back in January, the extension from the 20-week on this chart reached this level. So that's at 0.86. So we know that our equation is the log of the price, again, over the 20-week SMA. And so to give you an idea of how crazy we were extended, how far we used to be extended back in January, we're going to run the same calculation to see where would it put us today, where would it put us. So the log of the price over the 20-week SMA. So the 20-week SMA is a modest 1651.56. So we're going to say the log of the price divided by 1651. What was it? I can't even remember. 1651.56 is what I thought. Okay, 1651.56 equals, what was it, 0.89? Is that right? About 0.89. So if we were to go to that level, what would the price be? Let's take a look. Okay, so to give you to give you an idea of how crazy it was back in January, for us to reach the same level of extension from the 20-week moving average, Ethereum would need to go to $4,000. In fact, a modest $4,000. So it would need to go to $4,000 to get back to where it was back in January. I'm not saying it's going to go there anytime soon, but that's just sort of what would be that sort of level of extension from the 20-week moving average. And you can see we've been generally moving up. Now, to give you guys a sense as to how crazy it was back over here in February of 2019, it would need to go to 1.58. So I don't think that's possible, right? I don't think that's possible. I mean, it might be that this level up here ultimately caps out like this, like whenever we go up to this level at some point later on, that's where we might pull back some if we haven't. I mean, there's a decent chance we pull back well before then, and go on some other trend. But to give you an idea, if you weren't around crypto back in February 2016, it was all the way up here, 1.58. To give you an idea as to where that would be today, how crazy it was back then, so you can sort of appreciate the emotion back then, it would put Ethereum at $8,000. So Ethereum would have to go to $8,000 for it to be, that by the way, would have to go to $8,000 this week for it to be as extended from the 20-week SMA as it was back in early 2016. So it just gives you an idea of how crazy it was back then. And that wasn't even the peak of the bull market. I mean, then we dropped 70%. We moved sideways for a long time, and then we ended up having another rally about a year later that lasted for about a year. I mean, this one lasted for about half a year, and then we cooled off for 3 or 4 months, and then we rallied again. So it just sort of shows you, in the grand scheme of things, where we could be. So make sure if you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. And we do have I'll remind you, we do have a Telegram channel with over 34,000 people. So I will not message you first. So if you join it, again, I assure you, I will not message you first. So make sure if someone messages you pretending to be me, remember that it is not me. And I also just started a new chat room called Into the NFT Verse. So if you guys are interested in NFTs, I would recommend joining that one. But anyways, what's interesting is back to that capitulation we had a few weeks ago for Ethereum back to 1400. We've now 2x'd from there. We've already 2x'd from there. And so, I mean, it shows you that Ethereum is clearly, it's standing the test of time. Clearly it's standing. And I have other projects too, right? I'm invested in some other projects, but that doesn't take away from Ethereum. It doesn't take away from Ethereum in any way. So let's pull up our regression rainbow and see where we are. I told you guys I think that, I certainly think that at the very least the orange band is in the cards, maybe even the purple one. I think the purple one might govern the market cycle top, and it's quickly moving away from us right now. I mean, we'd have to go to 6K to get there. So hopefully we don't do that in the short term, because it might mean we're coming back down really, really hard. I mean, we could correct anyways, but we're coming up to the orange one, which it looks like it's now at 3107. So it's now at 3107 and continuing to climb every single day. So continuing to print our Ethereum mountain range, right? If anyone asks you what your favorite mountain range is, the only suitable answer, I think, is the Ethereum mountain range. And I'm really curious as to how high this one's going to go. To give you guys an idea, to give you guys an idea of where 10K would be, which, I don't think it's going to go. I don't think Ethereum's going to go to 20K this cycle. I'm not going to say that it can. I doubt it. But I think 10K. I think 10K is probably, it's probably possible. Like, it's probably possible. So to give you guys an idea where 10K is, it's all the way. It's all the way up here. So whether we immediately go there, or if we stay on the general track that we've been on, it'd be by the end of the year. That's the path it's currently on. But we also know that if we get kind of like last market cycle, we had some of these periods of sideways movement. So if we get something like that, then we know that can sort of kick the can down the road. Like if we do something like this, and then we go up again, and then maybe we come back down, right? So we also know that's possible as well, and that we're not necessarily going to go straight to the top. But anything's possible, right? Anything is certainly possible. But that just sort of shows you what sort of path we've been on. We've been above it, we've been below it, we've been above it, still above it. At some point, we'll probably come back down below it, and hopefully we'll just continue along the way. And if we do enter into a phase like that one or like that one, to not be discouraged by it, but recognize that it's part of the game. It's part of the game. This one right here might not look like much, but again, that was like a 55% drop. And if you take it to the bottom over here that it had a long time later, it was about a 61% drop. This one was a 68% drop. So it might look like all fun and games in here, but those are pretty nasty pullbacks that we were then able to pick ourselves up by our bootstraps and just simply continue along the way. So let's be a little bit flexible on exactly how we're going to get there. Ether Bitcoin right now is at 0.0505. The weekly candles still look relatively good, and you know, we'll see if we can keep pushing higher. Yeah, I tried doing that before. Yeah, so like if we go to Bitcoin, let's look at like the weekly chart for Bitcoin. So what I'm going to do is we're going to compare Ether USD on this chart. So here you go. So this is the current cycle. And one of the things we have discussed before is, you know, what if Ethereum's on sort of what Bitcoin was on before? And it's kind of hard to measure this, but I'm just going to take a bar pattern here and overlay it. Okay, so the idea, and it's hard to move these things, but the idea is to overlay these peaks, right? So basically the implication of is Ethereum one market cycle behind Bitcoin. So it's hard to do it exactly because they just don't line up, right? They don't line up that well. I mean, they line up pretty well. Let's be honest. And I mean, we could obviously manipulate these probably to be a little bit different. But I mean, you guys kind of see what I'm talking about, right? Like this is sorry, what is this? So all we did was we just took Bitcoin's double peak cycle over here and then shifted it over to Ethereum, which is the orange line. And you kind of see some of the similarities between Bitcoin's double peak cycle back over this way and where Ethereum currently is. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see if we keep pace with it. I mean, if we do keep pace with it, it would imply, yeah, we're not. I mean, it's hard to draw it exactly because it's not even drawn. It's not even drawn at the peak actually. So let me fix it. Yeah, it's hard to get it exact, but I mean, you guys can see the general idea, right? I mean, it looks pretty good. So we'll have to. There we go. It's like, let me try to. Yeah, I don't know. They don't really fit that well because we're not. I mean, I should just normalize it and then compare it that way, right? That's what I should do. But here's like a rough example. But I mean, you can see the similarities, right? Of course, you can see the similarities between the two. So we'll continue to see if this plays out or not. If it does, I mean, I imagine there still will be corrections for Ethereum. I mean, for Bitcoin that cycle, we still saw 40% corrections, and for Ethereum, I mean, we're not going to count some of these wicks, but I mean, for Ethereum, it's already seen 30% corrections. I mean, well, this one was really bad. This was like a 70% correction. So you do get those 70% corrections. Even this cycle, we've had a 70% correction. Here is about a 37, 38% correction. So we're doing some similar stuff. So fairly similar anyways. Make sure you guys subscribe. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Remember, we have the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. Okay, intothecryptoverse.com. Check it out. We also have the lifetime option, which I'm not sure if the price is going up on the lifetime option today. I'm actually not even sure if it's gone up yet because someone else does that for me, but let's see if they've raised it. They have not yet. So at some point today, the price in the lifetime is going to go up. So if you guys want the lifetime deal, it's there. Remember, we also have t-shirts. I mean, you know, I didn't really want to do t-shirts, but you guys asked me to. And we have the general branding t-shirts with the logos. Sometime soon we'll have, you know, some of the actual, like, you know, what's a few trillion among friends and all that nonsense on there as well. By the way, why don't we take a quick segue, a quick glance at one of my favorite cryptocurrencies besides Ethereum, one of them, the old trusty Chainlink, which by the way is now back above $40. And I'm telling you guys, you know, I've been saying this forever since it was, I mean, a couple bucks. I mean, I think it was a couple bucks when we started talking about it on the channel. I've been telling you guys, don't sleep on it. I mean, you know, there's something to be said about coins that pump in a weekend. There's a lot more to be said about coins that stand the test of time. And to me, Link is one of them. And I keep saying, you know, I think this summer is the time that Link could really shine. Like, you know, shine significantly more than a lot of other cryptocurrencies. And again, when you get Link to shine, it typically, the implication for that is typically a Bitcoin not in price discovery mode that's also pulled back some. And we still have that. I mean, Bitcoin's not in price discovery mode. I mean, it's still, I mean, for it to get to price discovery, it needs to go to close to 65K. So, I mean, yeah, the last couple of days have been great. It's not in price discovery mode. So let's just keep an eye on Link because it's already above $40. And I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on Link. As I've said before, I think Link is too risky not to hold. And naturally, anytime it corrects, then you get the trolls saying, oh, well, he said it was too risky not to hold. But what do you look at when you see the chart? Yes, there's corrections, and the trolls come out. But Link stands the test of time. I mean, it just simply does. There's really no arguing about it. And if we look at our Link Bitcoin valuation, I told you guys a couple weeks ago, once we were above the bull market support band, I was going to get a little bit more bullish on Link. We're still above it. I mean, you know, again, the 20-week SMA for the Link Bitcoin valuation is still at a modest 57,915 Satoshis. We're at 69,836 Satoshis, and the 21-week EMA is at 62,718 Satoshis. So all in all, Chainlink still looks pretty good from where I'm sitting. Okay, and again, you look at it on a linear scale, and you see the same thing, right? A reversion to the mean after a crazy manic bubble, a reversion to the mean. It doesn't mean we have to go completely straight up. I mean, we came up here, and I said back over here that it doesn't mean we have to go immediately up. We could come back down again, okay? So let's not discount that. That is a possibility. And what would happen what would have to happen for that to happen? Well, if Bitcoin had a major pullback, I imagine the Link Bitcoin valuation would bleed, but then even if it did that, I feel like it'd probably continue along and you know and still do something like this that we've been talking about. So don't sleep on Link. I don't know. That's just my non-financial advice. I'm not sleeping on Link. I guess you can do whatever the hell you want, but Link's at $40. Hopefully $50 isn't too far away. I think the all-time high on Link's around 45. So keep that in mind. If you see it going above 45, it's in price discovery mode. Maybe it'll quickly move to 50. Yeah, well, we'll have more stake pools for other coins in the coming weeks. Probably gonna have another. I haven't told you guys which one it is yet, but we're probably gonna have one within the next week. Hopefully within the next week. We already have the ADA one, so if you guys want to go earn interest on your ADA, remember ITC. I mean, you know, I love ADA, but it's been our stable coin of choice for the last couple of months. Our stable coin of choice, and if it's going to be stable, you might as well earn interest, right? You might as well earn interest. So go check out the ITC stake pool if you want to earn interest on your ADA. All right, what do you guys? How do you join the ITC pool? Well, I mean, you can stake it from your Daedalus wallet, your Yori wallet. I mean, just go to one of these wallets and you can just stake the ADA to the ITC stake pool. Yeah, Uni still looks fine. I mean, Uni's also at $40. What do you think is going to hit? I mean, Link and Uni are basically in a dead tie right now in terms of the price. Obviously, in terms of the market capitalization, they're not the same. But they're both at $40, so what do you guys think? Which one's going to 50 first, Link or Uni? Yeah, so I mean, I did this stream basically assuming we're not going to go to 3K on this stream, but hopefully we catch it on a future stream. You know, we would still need to go up a fairly significant amount. I mean, it looks like there's a pretty mixed bag of people saying Link and Uni. But I mean, from the current prices, Ethereum needs to go up, what, another 2.5% to get to our stupid thumb emojis. Why do they even have emojis on TradingView? It needs to go up 2.5%. So Ethereum needs to go up 2.5% to get to the elusive $3,000 milestone. Very elusive $3,000 milestone. We need to go up another 2.5%. Hopefully we make it. Looking at Ether Bitcoin, I mean, there's still some wiggle room even in this channel. Of course, we can also break this channel. You know, I said it back here too. I mean, at some point this cycle, there's a non-negligible chance at some point this cycle we break through it and start going up. Okay, so I don't know if it's going to happen now or not, but I do think at some point we will break through it. Someone says he just received an email from someone pretending to be me. Yeah, it's probably fake. I doubt it's not me. All right. Remember, I'm not going to keep the stream going much longer because I gotta go and in a few minutes. But we have a Telegram channel. Make sure you guys check that out if you guys wanna continue the chat later. You doubt it's me? No, I mean unless someone says that you doubt it's you. So the only reason the email would be from me is if you're on the premium list and you're getting, like, say, like the weekly email, or you're talking about like the weekly email or the mid-weekly email or something. If it's not one of those, then it's not me. Hopefully sometime this weekend we'll be able to catch a $3,000 Ethereum live stream. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the market's heated, but it's been that way for half a year now, so. Carlos says he doesn't understand. I'm completely new. When you say go to the wallet, so you can't do it. You can't do it from a centralized wallet, like, you know, like the exchanges. You have to download your own software wallet or something, or from a hardware wallet and stake it that way. No, the next stake pool will not be accessible from the Daedalus wallet, because the next stake pool will not be a Cardano stake pool. It will be something else. All right, guys. We've been going for a very modest 24 minutes. Very modest 24 minutes. So why don't we wrap it up? It's quite a long time for a stream. Yeah. So we'll probably be back later. And we'll continue to follow along with where we are. But I think it's pretty cool that Ethereum's over 2,900, and we have 2,900 viewers. What better place to wrap it up? So if you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's go for 350,000 subscribers. Give the video a thumbs up. Check out the Telegram channel in the description below, and also check out the premium list. Remember, we have the lifetime option, which is going to change at some point today. I don't know when it's going to change, but at some point, if you guys want to check that out. All right, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys next time. Bye.